very much, and I'm going to actually follow straight on some of the points that Julian was just making, because I think it's really important that we don't underestimate what was actually said in that independent reconfiguration panel document, because what Jeremy Hunt said was not what was in the document, and the policies that are operating now are not what was in the document. And I don't know anything about the law, okay, but I would suggest it might be worth looking as to whether there's a possibility of a judicial review on whether or not what's being done is actually in compliance with the independent reconfiguration panel's proposals. Because to claim that you're implementing them while doing something completely different does seem to me to be certainly, against the spirit of what's claimed anyway. It's not actually against the law. So I don't know whether there is a possibility of challenging along those lines. But the panel said that there was not the basis established to press ahead with closing services at either Charing Cross or Ealing Hospital. They did give the rubber stamp to Central Mid and Hammersmith closures, for which shame on them, but they did not actually do the same for Ealing and Charing Cross. So to say, never mind that, we're going to carry on and do it anyway, is not endorsing the IRP's proposals. And I just make this point because in the last couple of days it's come to my attention that up north in Yorkshire, in fact, the reconfiguration panel has just also made findings about the rationalisation of hospital services in mid-Yorkshire and in the Dewsbury and in Kirklees Council. And up there, in fact, the Tories are jumping up and down, complaining because the panel again found that in order to press ahead with the proposed rationalisation, they had to actually put some of these alternative services they were talking about in place first in order to press ahead. And the Tories are jumping up and down saying they're doing it without. Well, if it's true up there, it's true down here as well. This is what happened in Enfield as well, with the Chase Farm Hospital. They pressed ahead without implementing what they said they were going to do. Large number of the proposals that were there, on the basis of which the judicial review there was rejected against the closure of Chase Farm Hospital, a lot of those proposals are still not enacted. And so when the hospital closed, it wasn't just that tragic incident that Julian referred to of the child who died, but we've now got constant delays now, both at Barnet General Hospital and at North Middlesex Hospital, where the facilities that were promised to be expanded haven't been expanded, and the services can't cope. Now, we've got the track record here of doing this, despite these proposals being not fully carried through. We've got Shaping a Healthier Future. All of us know it's a fraud. All of us know that they don't intend to do the replacement services they talked about. All of us know that. It's transparently obvious. Because otherwise, where are the plans for any of it to actually take place? Why do they produce 2,700 pages of a decision-making business case and 14 pages on community services with absolutely no detail whatsoever as to where they're going to be, and say we've got to go to planning permission before we can start on some of these proposals even taking shape? So that's the state they're at. They haven't moved forward. How can they possibly argue they're in a position to start closing hospitals? So I do think it's important that we don't miss out on what's actually in that reconfiguration panel document, and we hold them to it, and we keep chasing on that one as well. So I'm now going to come to what I'm mainly here about, which is the People's Inquiry, and I recognise lots of faces from the very successful session that we had here, which was one of 7 public sessions we had around London. We did 3 months of public hearings and consultations. We got something like 50 written submissions. We heard 95 people give evidence, all levels of interest within the NHS. We had the chief executive of one of the most successful foundation trusts, a highly controversial figure, Sir Robert Naylor of University College Hospital. We had also a highly controversial